guys, welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. Alright, so we have an article here regarding Spectrum. Wanted to share it with you guys because this is important information. The link for this article will be down below in a description for you guys. So it looks like Spectrum is set to lay off nearly 300 workers at their DeWitt Center location. So this is the office. This is a picture here of what the actual location looks like. And as you can see here, this is the office building. This is the retail office. 273 workers are said to be laid off at this customer service call center. Address is 6005 Fair Lakes Road. And again, it's in DeWitt. So DeWitt, New York. So here's what we know. The cable TV, internet, and telephone service provider said in a notice under the state's Worker Adjustment and Restraining Notification Act that it will close its East Seacrest Spectrum Community Solutions Center at 6005 Fair Lakes Road on October 27th. The company said 273 of 426 workers at the location will be laid off. The remaining employees at the site will work in other areas of the company's operations and will remain there. Laura Pritchard, who does a lot of speaking for Spectrum, she's the spokesperson, and she said the company will transition customer service calls from the center to other call centers this fall. She said the move is part of an effort to serve customers more efficiently. Up to 50 employees will transfer to Spectrum's small and medium-sized business sales call center in Seacrest in the coming weeks, she said. An employee who wishes to transfer to one of the company's other Spectrum Community Solutions centers, including one in Buffalo, can do so, she said. She also says that they have open roles at several other upstate New York call centers for which employees would be well qualified, she added. Pritchard said, employees at the center are eligible to apply for any role within the company for which they are qualified. Any employee who does not have a new position by the time the center closes will be eligible for comprehensive severance benefits, she said. All right, so that's the article there. So, quick update of what's going on with Spectrum. You know, we're seeing a lot of this, right? I mean, I at least like that they're giving their employees an opportunity to relocate. Some of them will probably not be qualified for some of these positions, so it might be difficult for them to get it. They may often have to take the severance package and look somewhere else for work, but at least they're trying. But there's a lot of company restructuring, going on with all of these big companies. We're seeing with at&t, Verizon, TMobile. Like I've said, this is kind of the normal now. A lot of this could be overhiring during, the pandemic. They're probably getting a lot of business. A lot of people were working from home at the time, so they were using Spectrum Internet. And now a lot of them are being forced back in the office, so business has slowed. They don't need as many reps. There's not as much need for technician support. So this could be part of the reason. So there's a lot of things that play into the role of why a lot of these companies are kind of letting people go. A lot of it is obviously to cut costs and save a couple bucks, right? At the end of the day, their goal is to remain profitable, not take care of an army that they don't need to, not feed an army that doesn't need to be fed, right? They don't want the responsibility of that. So maybe they've given it enough time and business is just not where it needs to be in order to keep all these employees, employed. So a lot of things to consider, but again, it's kind of just the normal at this point. So, but at least they're offering the severance pay, which is cool. If they can't find a position, within the company, they'll send them on their way with a little package, hopefully give them enough time to find something else. But yeah, it's just kind of where we're at now in the world, right? So I think a lot of it has to do with over hiring too. Definitely. I think that's a big one. And then again, just business is sluggish. Not as much demand as there was 3 years ago for, the internet, because the pandemic really, if you were in tech 3 years ago, you were making money. Any position in tech, if you were anything, whether it was cable, internet, an actual IT technician, a computer technician, software developer, any of it, any piece of technology. 3 years ago, you were the most valuable asset. You know, people don't realize how important technology is until you can't leave your house. Then suddenly the dial changes and everyone's tuned to tech 101, you know, and it's like now it's kind of like people are going back to like, yeah, you know, because now people can go out again and they can go to their office and they can do, you know, they can be free again. But that was a crazy thing when everyone was locked down and they couldn't leave the house. And yeah, these businesses were overwhelmed and booming. So now it's kind of tapering off now. So, but if you guys any of you work for Spectrum, or any of these big companies, and you've been notified something similar, they've asked you to relocate and whatnot, I guess let us know if that actually works, because you know, often, you know, you may be really good at one thing, which means that you probably won't qualify for something else, unless it's a very similar type of work. So, you know, be curious to know if these companies actually pay it forward and keep their word and actually take you and move you to those other positions, or if often you have to leave. So not the end of the world. I mean, there's other occupations out there, other things, but of course, financial issues are always the biggest concern, right? That's the biggest problem. So, all right, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.